be a feel-good story if Sami and Kevin could capture the titles. It's just not realistic.
WWE has a Sami Zayn problem, and that's what we're going to look at today. We are going to look at where it began.
You got this on your own.
And how to solve it. I think there's still time, and you might be saying, what do you mean there's a problem? I like Sami Zayn still. Okay, maybe you do, but do you like him as much as you once did?
Is this another underdog story?
I see a growing number of people saying, I like Sami, but, or, yeah, this storyline, Sami shouldn't be in this storyline.
And I don't even really know you like that.
Or Sami needs to lose this storyline.
That should have been me at WrestleMania. That should have been me with my daughter celebrating.
And before we go any further, I've got myself a problem, a subscriber problem. I need 20,000 subscribers to give this belt away. I'm going to pick a random comment from a random video and send it to you. Shipping, free, everything. All you got to do, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding, 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 notification, and you can win this belt right here, baby. All right, so this is where it all started. WWE has given themselves a self-inflicted wound with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, he's never been like, he's the underdog from the underground, but here's the deal. He can only be the underdog for so long. Unless you're this tall and masked, you cannot be an underdog your entire career. Rey Mysterio's like the exception. Sami Zayn has main evented WrestleMania.
Undisputed.
Once you are in the last match of WrestleMania, I don't think you can call yourself an underdog anymore.
You're not dealing with underdog Sami Zayn. You're dealing with WrestleMania main eventer Sami Zayn.
But right before WrestleMania 39, WWE made a critical mistake. Chad Gable was in a storyline where he tried his hardest after years and years of being overlooked. He had a stupid gimmick called Shorty G one time.
I'm Shorty Gable. Let's shorten that up. I'm Shorty G. How can you not love that?
Years of being overlooked and being one of the greatest talents on the roster. He wins against Gunther in his never-ending Intercontinental title reign by countout.
Sends Gunther into the gatekeeper's area at 9. Gable beats the count. Gable beat Gunther.
And it's like, oh, so close. And Gunther was unstoppable. The Gunther we got now, like, he's kind of a final boss, but he was like, this Gunther that is like nowadays was nowhere near the Gunther that Chad Gable fought. And Chad got a countout victory, which was almost akin to an upset. And then he goes for it again, right? Chad Gable goes for it again, and he loses. And not only does he lose, but he loses in front of his daughter, and his daughter is crying. And Gunther doesn't care. And Gunther's like, I'm done with you, and moves on with his life. Well, come WrestleMania, Gunther needs an opponent, and there's a gauntlet match to set this up. We have Ricochet versus JD McDonough. Ricochet wins. Ricochet versus, then we have Bronson Reed comes. Bronson Reed wins. Then Sami Zayn comes out, and this is where it all starts. Sami Zayn comes out. Bronson Reed, right now, he's about to fight Roman Reigns at Clash in Paris. And people are literally saying that if Bronson Reed doesn't win, he's getting buried. Well, guess what? Who won in this gauntlet match?
Sami trying to fight out, and he does. Sunset flip powerbomb for the win.
Sami Zayn beats Bronson Reed. Bronson is now out. Next opponent, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura, guy who we feel WWE has dropped the ball with in the past. Somebody who we want to get behind. Somebody that we love. Somebody that we feel is so much better than they've been given.
Over the top. Haluma kick by Zayn from out of nowhere. Perfectly timed.
And then Sami Zayn beats him as well. Okay, whatever, Now who comes out? Chad Gable.
Either Sami Zayn or this man, Chad Gable, is going to WrestleMania.
Chad freaking Gable. Sami Zayn has now fought 2 matches. Chad Gable, the guy that we were desperate to see beat Gunther, right? He can finish his story now at WrestleMania. The dude had, at this point, had never had a WrestleMania singles match even, let alone a Intercontinental title. He's never held a singles title in WWE at this point, and then Sami Zayn wins.
Michael's gonna be shredded. Cover, reversal, shoulders down. Sami did it!
Sami Zayn wins. Chad Gable's his 3rd match of the night. Gunther made Chad Gable's kid cry. And yet Sami Zayn, who really had nothing to do with Gunther, there was like no storyline previous to this other than I want to become Intercontinental Champion. There was no storyline. And so then Sami Zayn goes to WrestleMania. He gets Chad Gable to train him, and then he's the one that beats Gunther.
The cover! Yes! Sami Zayn did it!
He beats Gunther at his 666-day title reign, and everybody erupts, right? Everybody erupts. But, like, it was at that moment, it was like he took it. He took it from Chad Gable. Sami Zayn had so much already. He had main evented WrestleMania. This was Sami Zayn's 4th Intercontinental title reign. He beats Gunther. Chad Gable had nothing. Chad Gable had nothing. Then what happened? Chad Gable and Sami, they fight 2 weeks later. Sami beats Chad Gable.
You can see the disappointment on the face of Gable.
Chad Gable turns heel. What happens? We have a triple threat. And Sami Zayn, now he beats Bronson Reed and Chad Gable. And then he beats Chad Gable again.
And he says, that's it. That's all the chances you get, Mr. Gable.
And Chad Gable turns heel for nothing. And he doesn't get to beat Gunther. He doesn't get a WrestleMania match. He doesn't get his 1st ever title. Meanwhile, Sami's on his 4th title. WrestleMania main eventer. Still an underdog, though. Then what? Bron Breakker's hovering around. He's on the rise. He's on the rise. Tell me right now that if Bron Breakker eats a loss, wouldn't he be buried? That's what people would be saying. Well, guess who Bron Breakker's first loss was?
No! Attack! Breaker's down! Cover by Zayn!
His first loss is to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn beats him clean. 1 haluva kick, I believe it was. Clean. Bron Breakker. Oh, well, Bron Breakker got overconfident with himself. I don't care what the reasons are. I'm just telling you. Look at this. Since WrestleMania 38, Sami Zayn is like plowing through these people.
There's no way he can beat Gunther, Bronson Reed. There's no way he's going to knock off Bron Breakker. And he does it time and time again.
He's beating all of these like guys that either we want to invest in, Chad Gable, or these heels that need to just be dominant. But then we come into this year and he's like, oh, I wanna win the Royal Rumble, right? And he wants to be champion, and that's his thing. I want to be the world heavyweight champion. And he doesn't get it, but what happens is he starts a feud with Karrion Kross. Here's a guy that people are starting to get behind. The internet is starting to love him. The crowds are chanting his name. And what happens? His contract expires. Who's the guy that basically shows Karrion Kross out the door?
Finally, put Karrion Kross in his rear view mirror.
This is just the wrong person to do this to Karrion Kross, because it's another guy who on the cusp of breaking out, but nope, can't get past Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has somehow become the gatekeeper of the main event scene, and that's insane to me. I don't hate Sami. I love Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, Bloodline Sami Zayn, is probably my favorite character of all time.
I'm doing a little dance. You can't.
That's the dance you do.
That's I'm in his head doing the dance. Yeah, right.
My favorite moment in all of wrestling involves Sami Zayn. So I do not hate the guy, but I see this growing problem of discontent with Sami that people can't quite put their finger on it, but this is what it is. It's the people that WWE has fed him, and I'm not even saying it's Sami's fault. He goes out there and delivers the same passionate promos, but at this point, we're more confident that Sami's going to win a match than we are that Cody is going to win a match. Sami Zayn is now in a feud with Solo Sikoa.
Place. Oh, wait. Oh, there's a roll up. There's a roll up. There's a roll up.
And everybody's like, oh God, Solo just became entertaining again. And now he's going to lose to Sami. Granted, Solo Sikoa, his faction, has no aura. You know, when you got a guy named JC Mateo, hate that name, yeah, you're going to have no aura. But Solo, the individual, does. But Sami Zayn is like, he's like mopping the floor with everybody. And it's like, wow, what are we doing here? Sami Zayn, he was red hot coming out of the bloodline. He was red hot. And the momentum carried for a little bit. But somehow, some way, by feeding him all of these guys, like, you fed him Bron Breakker, and now he's like we're supposed to believe he's an underdog. We're supposed to believe all these things, and it's like, no, WWE. You positioned himself in a certain way that you created the Sami Zayn problem. He's a good face, he really is, but what you've done to him was made it where we don't want, like, it's not fun to just cheer some guy who's just gonna beat everybody up, and that's what Sami is now. So, like, what's the solution here? The solution is you gotta flip him. You really do, or you need to have him get beat up so bad that he doesn't return until the Royal Rumble. Like, this dude needs to get seriously beat down, and we need to get some sympathy for the guy, because we don't have sympathy. You took Chad Gable's title shot from him. I don't have sympathy for you, dude. Like, do something with him or flip him. The problem here is, though, we already see where this is headed. Triple H, very, very predictable. Yeah, he might have his moments where, oh my God, you shocked us, but we all know that Triple H, for the most part, pretty predictable. The fact that he's like laying this long-term storytelling of, I've got to be champion, and just so happens that Royal Rumble is in Riyadh next year, and Sami Zayn is the only guy who speaks Arabic. It's pretty obvious that Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble, goes on to WrestleMania, and becomes the world champion that he has been talking about for an entire year, and we have a WrestleMania moment. Problem with that is, like, because of all of these, because of how you booked him, Super Sami, that storyline is going to fall flat. It's going to fall flat. And you're going to get cheers. You're going to get cheers. People still cheered Jey Uso when he won. You know, it was still a good moment, but, like, it could be better. It could be an all-time moment. It could be like when Eddie Guerrero wins at WrestleMania. You didn't listen to us with Roman Reigns, right? You didn't listen to us. Like, we could have had the Tribal Chief Roman in 2015, but you refused to listen to us. And so finally, when the world shuts down, you're like, okay, whatever, turn him heel. And then you realize that it could have been so much more. No matter what, Sami's going to get cheered. No matter what, the big dog Roman Reigns was going to get cheered. But when you flipped him, he actually became the Tribal Chief. Big Dog Roman Reigns deserves the Hall of Fame. Tribal Chief Roman Reigns deserves the Mount Rushmore. I'm not saying Sami's going to be on the Mount Rushmore, but I'm saying that right now, that if you keep force-feeding us Sami Zayn, and a Royal Rumble win is one of the ultimate force feedings, and then on to WrestleMania for a WrestleMania, then it's like, okay, God, that will completely turn a lot of fans on Sami. And yeah, it's just flip him now. Or the moment he wins at the Royal Rumble, if you need him to win at the Royal Rumble, once the next night, flip him. He needs to turn. He needs to do whatever's necessary to win the championship so he becomes a bad guy. I'm telling you, though, we gotta do something now, because it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. That's the Sami Zayn problem. I'm not saying that Sami's getting booed, but I'm saying it's coming. I'm saying it's coming. I can see it now. And I don't think people even know why, but that's why. That's why. Chad Gable. And that's the reason why we're starting to turn on Sami Zayn. Boys, girls, what do you think of the Sami Zayn problem? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate every single one of you, and you have yourselves a good day.